Another contentious clause that has attracted public attention in the marriage and divorce bill currently being debated in Parliament is that concerning conjugal rights for married couples. Even though Clause 114 of the bill states that spouses shall have conjugal rights in marriage, Section 2 of the same provides grounds under which a partner can deny the other sex. These include poor health conditions of one of the partners, surgery that affects the capacity to engage in sexual intercourse, childbirth, reasonable fear that the engagement in sexual intercourse is likely to cause physical or psychological injury or harm. The clause also imposes tough penalties on a partner who continues to have sex without the other spouse's consent, including 5 years of imprisonment or paying a fine of 2.4 million shillings. Harriet Nabankema, a legal expert on women affairs at Uganda Association of Women Lawyers, FIDA, an organization that advocates for women's rights, says that a number of cases of marital rape have been reported, and now is the time for the bill to be passed to law.
We need to protect this vulnerable woman, and it's only the arm of the law that can protect her. As long as it is not in the law, it means these women will continue being raped in whichever state simply because they are married and they are suffering in silence. Enough is enough. We are simply saying at the point at which men are behaving like vultures and raping women, the private is now becoming public.
The main ingredient in the marital rape clause is that of consent, which according to some legal experts may be tough to prove.
We've had cases where men have stood on doors of their wives, hit and have attempted to cut the doors to ensure that they enter the women's rooms so that they can rape them. That is all evidence that is surrounding the nature of the case.
The other place to look for in finding evidence for consent is the medical field. Doctors also acknowledge that the consent ingredient will be very hard to prove, despite the sophisticated technology.
We can do a procedure called colposcopy. We look at the vaginal walls, and this machine can tell us that there was vaginal penetration within up to about 48 hours from the incident. But ideally, we cannot tell whether it was out of force or consensus.
If the marriage and divorce bill is passed as is, Clause 114 of the bill will provide legal grounds on which a partner can base to sue his or her spouse for marital rape. But the big question is, how many partners can walk to police and raise a red flag about the issue?
Assuming you have a wife, can you imagine your wife taking you to the court, and starts exposing whatever you did to bed last night? Is it normal?
I can't, because I know if my husband is taken to prison, I have to take full responsibility of the home.
It's one thing that I wouldn't bring out. I wouldn't want to bring out. I wouldn't want to wash my dirty linen in public.
The court can also issue a restricting order to the other person, refraining him from having sex with his spouse, not withholding judicial separation in case of a civil case. Solomon Serwanja, NTV.